Hi, this is Billie Beene here with the U.S. News Flash Update. Today's date, September 23, 2024. Time in Texas, about 1 p.m. U.S. News Update number 238. Excuse me. Some of my sources are God in the Bible, Patriot Subscriber, Forbes, Hal Turner, Steve QUAYLE, Daily Mail, Forbes, Real Raw News Plus. Some of the things we'll cover: President Trump, 92%. Marines stop illegal vote. Diddy Fallout. And tracking by your cell phone. Excuse me. So we'll first begin with the weather news. We have Category 2 Hurricane Helene predicted to come into Florida Thursday. Florida and this area of the U.S. will begin to feel tropical force and hurricane winds Wednesday about 8 p.m. Category 2 Helene will come into the Florida Panhandle Thursday about 8 a.m. Space weather. We've had a M3.4 flare from the sun that is going to produce a CME that will graze Earth on September 25, possibly causing a G1 geomagnetic storm. And now we have this. Steve QUAYLE's alert. He had one of his subscribers giving this information. On September 23rd, 2024, so that would be this morning, at a Walmart in Canada, located near Newmarket, Ontario, which is a suburb of Toronto. Signs are up at each of the cashier stations saying they no longer accept U.S. dollars nor U.S. cash. And the reason given is that Walmart in Canada is changing their computers, and the computers in Walmart in Canada after today will no longer accept U.S. cash. So we have that going on. And now from Steve QUAYLE's aggregate site, Eco Collapse, talking about gang activity. You know, the 20 to 30 million illegals brought in by the Dems since 2021. So in Chicago, it's being reported Venezuelan gangs are fighting over turf with other South American gangs, you know, to control certain areas of the city. It's possible that Chicago has no-go zones where the police simply don't go. And it's being reported the Chicago police have lost control of Chicago, and that the Chicago gangs now outnumber the police in Chicago 10 to 1. An example of other gang activity occurred Friday night when a gang of 50 looted a 7-Eleven in Los Angeles, California, near Pico Robertson. And the same thing is happening in Los Angeles, Hollywood, and San Pedro. Immigrants, and in Indianapolis, Indiana, we have 5 different street gangs taking over certain areas of Indianapolis within 48 hours. And the police in Indianapolis are being attacked by the gangs. Saturday, September 14, about 2:30 a.m. in the morning, near Washington and Pine Streets, east of downtown Indianapolis. 1 to 200 cars with gangs shut down an area of Indianapolis. And in Springfield, Ohio, that has 12 to 20,000 Haitians brought in by the JBKH show since 2021, according to Daily Caller. Stealing vehicle crime is up 52%, and shoplifting is up 112%. This is what you get with the Dems. Fox News is reporting Arizona may not be able to certify their vote. So this is going on. It's been detected in Arizona voter rolls. There is a software code problem, and the Supreme Court, controlled by the Dems in Arizona, says, well, it's no problem. Just because there's a problem in the voter registration software, go ahead and send out ballots to 98,000 individuals whose citizenship cannot be verified. And according to Arizona Secretary of State Adrian Fontes, they will send out the votes anyway. So that's going on. So we may see somewhat of a constitutional crisis. I understand there are 6 states in November who may not be able to certify their votes because of problems, as I just described, that is documented as occurring in Arizona. But Arizona says, go ahead, send out those 98,000 ballots to individuals whose citizenship we cannot verify. And are you being tracked by your cell phone? Absolutely. I'll give you 2 examples. I knew that we could be tracked by our cell phones. I did not know that you can get information from cell phone tracking data centers to give you information. But an individual has been able to obtain cell phone tracking data on individuals attending KH rallies, and it comes out it's the same individuals attending rallies in North Carolina, Arizona, and their phone history shows thousands are going from one KH rally to another across the U.S. And many speculate that KH is paying these individuals whose residence is listed as Georgia, but they're showing up at rallies in North Carolina and Tucson, Arizona. Cell phone tracking. And now we have this. Cell phone tracking was also used, so they can also do cell phone tracking in real time, and they can also go back with an individual cell phone number and track all the locations they have been. And this cell phone tracking data was used for Ryan Wesley Roth, the individual who tried the 2nd assassination attempt on President Trump recently at his golf course in Florida. So they tracked his cell phone history and found he had made many visits from Greensboro, North Carolina to West Palm Beach, Florida, August 14 through September 15. And on September 15 is when the Secret Service spotted a gun barrel poking through the chain link fence at President Trump's golf course in Florida on the 6th hole. Now, Mike from around the world brought out some interesting information last Thursday night on Pastor Paul Begley's show that this area where Wesley Roth was poking his gun through the fence is a well-known area for reporters to frequent and take pictures of President Trump when he's playing golf. And the reporters do this on a routine basis. Whenever there's a report, President Trump is playing golf, they'll come to this area where the alleged sniper was poking his gun through the fence. Now, the information Mike from around the world brings out, there were no reporters there that day. It seems as if they had been warned away. And Roth was 300 to 500 yards away from President Trump when he allegedly fired. And investigators say Roth did not fire. That's new information. Earlier reporting said he did fire 4 to 8 shots and was not in line of sight to President Trump. And a witness, as I've reported, took a video of his license plate, which was then tracked using surveillance cameras on the freeways, and he made sure he stayed on the freeways. And it's coming out, items found near the fence where Roth was, seeking to assassinate President Trump. In that location has been found a digital camera, 2 bags, one was a backpack, and one SKS style 7.62 by 3.9 caliber rifle with a scope. So we have information coming out, but you can bank your life on this, baby. You are being tracked by your cell phone. Now, Breitbart, Forbes, and another source are bringing out that Roth, the second potential assassin of President Trump, left a note with an unidentified person in a box several days before his assassination attempt. And in it, Roth is reported to have left a note: "I failed, and I will pay $150,000 to anyone who can finish the job." So that's going on. And now we have this, real raw news. Okay. So Diddy Fallout, it's coming out that there are videos of current and former high-level Dems engaged in freak out activities being described, associated with P. Diddy, who is Sean Combs, a rapper who was recently arrested in New York and charged with the racketeering and sex trafficking. And President Trump asked the U.S. military to protect 3 individuals who are in the music and theater group who are associated with, they are not associated with P. Diddy, but they have information about individuals who did attend the freak-out sessions led by P. Diddy, where, drugs and other activities were going on, sometimes for days, that we understand now are involving current and former high-level Dems. And President Trump asked them to protect 3 individuals, one of which is another rapper, 50 Cent, And another one is, we believe, Justin Bieber, who had been groomed from early teen years by P. Diddy. The third individual is not identified. Now, a group of assassins tried to take out 50 Cent, the rapper, Friday night, September 20, who was being guarded by the Marines at a safe house in Missoula, Montana. And the Marines took out the 4 intruders who came in with automatic rifles equipped with suppressors and scopes, military-grade night vision. So that's going on. And now we have this. We have from Daily Mail. Mike Johnson, Speaker of the House, puts on the floor a temporary budget for the U.S. government to fund the government through December. And he has had to drop the Save the Vote bill. However, we know by December, President Trump will be firmly back in the saddle. And things are going on. Okay, Real Raw News also reports Marines stop illegals from voting. A phone conversation was intercepted by the U.S. military between KH campaign worker Mia Ehrenberg and Virginia House of Representatives Donald Baer Jr., Democrat, Virginia, who and Ehrenberg, the KH campaign worker, simply gave 3 locations in Virginia to the House of Representatives Donald Baer in a phone call, which included Fairfax, Arlington, and another location. And it's now coming out via the U.S. military that KH's campaign had arranged for illegals to engage in early voting in Virginia at 3 different locations. Each of the illegals was paid $1,500 by the KH campaign. So, the 3 locations for the illegals to engage in early voting in Virginia: Fairfax, Arlington, Chesterfield. So on September 19, the U.S. Marines set up at several locations, including Longbridge Fitness in Fairfax, Center Library in Chesterfield, and Fairfax County Government Center. So the Marines set up on the night of September 19. Early voting was to begin September 20. So at Fairfax, about 4 a.m. in the morning, 2 buses drove up in front of the voting place. 2 buses leased by Catholic Charity of Eastern Virginia, carrying 60 Hispanic males. None spoke English. They were illegals who had obviously fake voter registrations provided to them by a Virginia immigration attorney who is now under investigation. So the Marines stopped the illegals from voting, put them back on the buses, and sent them away. So Breitbart, Teamsters are not going to give an endorsement to President Trump. And this is tantamount to a warning to Dems that President Trump is very likely to win. And now we have this from the Dems internal polling. KH approval 8 to 12%. That means President Trump's approval rating in the U.S. is 88 to 92%. Now we know in 2020, President Trump carried 49 out of 50 states. Some speculate that this time he may carry 50 out of 50. And others speculate that in the future, children attending school may only learn about the dim political party in history books. I love you, and I'll see you soon.